Hi and welcome to Reseller News. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is November 6, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. Hope you like the content and come back for more. For those of you who are new or just hit my channel accidentally because maybe the thumbnail caught your attention or the topic or the title did, I just want to say on this YouTube channel, I like to share information with you guys out there, especially if you're an eBay seller or just in general e-commerce seller. But I do like to talk a lot about eBay because I am an eBay seller. I've been on with eBay, or should be saying I've been selling on eBay since July of 1999, which makes me a 20-year eBay seller. And I love sharing information with you guys. And today I want to talk about eBay and taxes. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, we're not near tax season yet, but it's fast approaching, believe me. Before you know it'll be here. I am not, by all means, I'm just making this disclaimer right now, I am not a CPA or tax consultant. Okay, so some people may say, well, why are you doing a video then about taxes? It's just to share information. That's what my channel is all about. It's about sharing information and enlightening you guys out there with this information, and hope that it'll be helpful, that you'll get a takeaway from it. That's why I do these videos. I mean, I take time out of my busy day to do these videos, and believe me, folks, if you're a YouTube creator or somebody that gets into this type of environment or whatever, doing this type of work, you'll know it is very time consuming, and it can be very stressful at times too. People may say, well, how stressful could it be? Well, let's put it this way. Being stressful is, I would like to, you know, produce so many videos a week, or like sometimes I used to like to do 2 a day, but I've been trying to keep it as a daily basis, and it is stressful. It's stressful to the point where you got to come up with good content. And on this channel, talking about content, I do not discuss religion and politics, and I do not use profanity on this channel. Okay, so that's just, I just want to throw that out there. Okay. In case you're wondering, I'm not one of these type of people that start off talking nice and next thing you know, I'm throwing a F-bomb all over the place. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with it. That's good for other people, maybe, but not for me. All right. But anyway, getting back to eBay, yes, I just want to talk a little. I got a few windows open up. I want to expand a little on it just to share this information with you guys, and the rest is up to you. Okay. So I'm going to bump out of here, and I'm going to open up the windows, and we're just going to talk a little about it. And that's basically it. Then I want to just, cut this video. I want to try to keep it short. It's kind of basic, like, I don't know, a news brief type of thing. But we're going to see how far it goes. I can't make promises, but I don't, it depends how much I get into it. But I would really like to keep this video short as possible. Also, before I get started with that, I just want the new subscribers to know, and again, if you just happen to hit this channel, I do not read everything verbatim on these web pages. I will give you the website, the URLs to where I'm getting the information from, and the rest is up to you to pick up where I left off. And the reason why I give you the websites in regards to certain topics, but it deals with eBay, or in this particular case taxes, is because I don't want you guys to think I'm just making these summations up in my head and I'm throwing it out there and talking about stuff I don't know about. As I said earlier, I am not a tax consultant, a CPA, or a tax advisor. In any case, if what I'm about to share with you, if you are unsure of it, you will need to talk to a tax professional. This is just for informational purposes only. That's it. I have nothing else to say about that, but just for informational purposes. So stick around. It's coming up. I'm going to talk about right now, and hopefully we'll keep it as short as possible. Thanks, guys. All right. A lot of you are probably wondering what brought this up, like as far as like why am I doing talking about taxes? Because I came across this here on Reddit, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Reddit, but Reddit is another site where you could post stuff and things of that nature. People will share all different topics, titles, stories, or whatever. And I just wanted to share this. I'm not going to read into this here. You could check it out for yourself. But this title here is California hits Philly area Amazon seller with a 1.6 million sales tax bill. All right, I'm not going to get into reading this here. You could check it out for yourself. You can go to Reddit or just type in that title, whatever, and you can read a little more into it. I'm not going to get into it, but this is what kind of like, got me to doing this video. So without further ado, let's go right into this here. And that URL, like I said again, I'll just give it to you really quick. It's www.reddit.com alabama.com, and you could read it, okay? So I'm going to bump out of that screen. The other screens I have, other windows I haven't opened up, I'm not going to discuss that with you. That's for me. But I just want to share some information with you guys, and, hopefully you'll get a takeaway from it. For those who don't know about Avalara, whatever, they have a thing over here, a state-by-state guide to marketplace facilitator laws. And it goes on to say here, if you sell via online marketplace such as Amazon, Etsy, or Walmart, well, they should have eBay as well in there, you need to understand a new breed of sales tax regulations that focus on marketplace sales. Marketplace facilitator laws impose an obligation in the markets on the marketplace facilitator. I keep feeling like I'm saying that too many times in the end. There's so many times in one sentence here, whatever. To collect and remit sales tax on behalf of the marketplace sellers. These laws are significant because they shift the obligation to collect and remit sales tax from the seller to the platform that facilitates the sale, the marketplace facilitator. Here we go again, right? All right. This here is an update here as far as I can see here. Well, according to this here, it says as of November 1st, 2019. You can see it's got all the guide sections here. It's got the introduction. Now, if you click on, I'm in the state of New York, so when I click on here, but we can read a little more into this, but we'll get to that in a second. It goes on to say these laws began to appear in 2017, shortly after the states realized that, well, Amazon has started taxing sales on its own products. It wasn't charging sales tax on third-party or marketplace sales. Given that more than half of all Amazon transactions occur through its marketplace, a significant portion of the sales were going untaxed. And then I go, I'm not going to read too much into this here. I'm going to give you the URL for this here, and you could pick up on it where I'm leaving off right now. This is, like I said again, I want to try to keep this short and sweet. It's, I don't want to get too much into it because it can become a little more involved. The URL is www.alvalara.com. Okay. If I'm not saying it correctly, that's the way I spell it. That's the way it's been. That's why I decipher it. Avalara, whatever. Anyway, so you can read more into this here, and this is what it's going to look like for each one of the states you type in. Now I'm going to type in, but they also have on the summaries. They also have different requirements here. For example, let's use this particular one in the first one here, which is Alabama. Okay, it says over here enforcement date October 1st, 2019. Originally January 1st, 2018, but the Alabama Department of Revenue delayed enforcement. So the summary is marketplace facilitators with Alabama marketplace sales in excess of $250,000 required to collect tax on sales made by or on behalf of their third-party sellers. Non-collecting seller tax, use tax reporting, yes. Okay, and it'll go on like this, on and on. Now, for argument's sake, I'm in the state of New York, so we're going to click on New York, and you're going to see this number here. So this number here, the required amounts over here are going to change. Now, when you see New York, it's a little more high, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, it is actually. Okay, New York, I'm in the state, like I said again, I'm in the state of New York. It says enforcement date, June 1st, 2019, summary. A remote marketplace provider that made or facilitated more than $500,000 in gross sales and 100 transactions in the state in the preceding the fourth quarterly periods is required to obtain a certificate of authority, collect sales tax, file returns, and remit tax on all sales into the state. All in-state marketplaces are required to collect tax on all states, on all sales in the state. Non-collecting seller use tax reporting, no. Okay. Now, again, you're gonna have to get more. You got to read more into this here. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just sharing this information with you guys. Go to your state. Like I said, if you go to this website and read a little more about it, read the summaries and the enforcement dates when they came out, and you'll get a better idea of what I'm talking about. Again, I am not a tax attorney. I don't know anything about it. I'm not a CPA. I'm just sharing this information with you guys, trying to keep you in the loop. So what's going on, if you go to this website here, they also have a support number here. I think you could type in, you could call up, I guess, to get help or whatever. They also have tools, okay, sales tax calculator, sales tax rate tables, and check your Nexus tool or whatever. And then they got some other information here. You may want to go to this site, especially when it pertains to, taxes. Now, the other thing is here, eBay. If you go to the eBay website here, This one here is www.ebay.com, and you could type in, or just type in paying taxes on your eBay purchases. Okay. Again, it goes on to say here, reading a little into it, it says many countries and jurisdictions around the world apply some sort of tax on consumer purchase, including items bought on eBay. Whether the tax is included in the listing price, added at checkout, charged at the border, or paid directly by the buyer depends on the seller's status, the order price, the item's location, and your shipping address. And then it goes over here to say, are you a seller looking for information about tax on your eBay sales? Read the article about taxes, import charges for sellers. Active hyperlink. And I say to my other videos, when you see anything in blue like this, see these are all active hyperlinks. You may want to click it on and read more into it. I highly recommend you go to the website. Go into, just reading it off my my video here, my YouTube channel, is not going to be too much helpful to you. So I definitely advise you guys to go to the website itself. However, I'll read a little more into it. It says when you buy an item, taxes may be applicable to your purchase and may vary depending on a variety of factors such as price of the item, nature of the item, delivery address of your order. Okay. Then you have over here to get the tips here. Item delivered to the United States address. Okay. Marketplace responsibility. I'm just reading the highlights here. Seller responsibility. And in this case, we're going to read about the sellers. It says if your shipping address isn't one of the marketplace responsibility states, but the seller has a responsibility to charge sales tax. The applicable taxes will be included at checkout. And then they got the buyer's responsibility here. So this is a pretty important thing here to check into, folks. Okay, I highly recommend, if you got take a little time out of your day to go over this. Especially if you're selling on eBay, you may want to just read a little more into this here to make yourself aware of it. I do my own taxes, like I said, for myself. I do also have a CPA that if I get stuck on something, I could always call that CPA up, and it could help me out with it. But for the most part, like I said again, I am just sharing this information here with you guys. Okay, that's all it is, for informational purposes. All right, and what takeaway you get from it is what you take away. I hope you get something good. Now this one here is claiming sales tax exemption for eBay purchases, and you can click over here. This is just an example. You could select the estate and then select the entity type and so on. You could also download the forms here as well. An MTC form, multi-jurisdiction form is which it is, and the streamlined sales tax form. Okay, you could download it. Like I said again, active hyperlink. You could upload the documents. I highly recommend that you guys will, or both of everybody, will keep reading more into this here, because it is very important. And like I said here, this is the eBay sales tax collection for the states. Okay, and these are the ones right now that eBay has that they're dealing with right now at this point in time, and you could read more into it. Okay, now here's the funny thing with my state. It goes on to say here, this is for New York, again, because I'm in New York. I'm going to read this. This came out, the date here. Let's see something. I just want to see something really quick here, folks. This is the effective date. Okay, all right. This is the effective date that came out. So let's go back to New York. June 1st, 2019. It says eBay Inc. is a registered New York State sales tax vendor and will collect sales tax on all taxable sales of tangible personal property that it facilitates for delivery to New York State address. Now that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, now. I'll give you an example. I've been selling stuff on eBay, like I said. Well, I've been on eBay since July of 1999, so I've been with them for 20 years. I haven't been selling with them for actually 20 years. I've been with them for 20 years. It's more or less been an on and off thing with me when it came to eBay. It's one of those things. You registered with them, you did a few sales, and then you kind of like put them on the shelf for a while, and then you come back to them later on, because at the time I had a full-time job, the wife, kids, and everything, the little kids to take care of. My job had a lot of responsibility. I was in the IT field. So needless to say, back then eBay wasn't really much of a thought. It was basically just like a little side hustle to make a few extra bucks, whatever, get rid of some stuff instead of a garage sale. I figured, hey, let's do some eBay stuff. So it was an on and off thing. I never really made big tons of money off it, but back then it was a nice thing, especially if you have a full-time job. It's a nice little side hustle, But anyway, that's what I was going to say. I noticed, now I think it was last year, the year before, I was collecting all the sales tax. I would print out my transaction sheet, the detail sheet from PayPal, which I love PayPal still. I hope to use them as long as I can. And I would print out the transaction details, and any sales I made in New York, I would highlight them, put down New York State sales tax. I put down the year, the taxing year on it. And, what I would do is collect the sales tax for New York, and then just you remit it to, you give it to your tax jurisdiction. Now I notice whenever I get sales from New York, not a lot, but I've been noticing, though, on the New York State sales tax, like when I make a sale and the person's in New York in one of the 5 boroughs, okay, I live on the island here in the suburbs, I notice the tax amount is gone. And I do have it checked off on my eBay, for taxing, that, that's New York State sales tax. But apparently looking at this here, it's saying, the way I understand, they're gonna be collecting the sales tax on it. They must be, because back in the day, like I said again, I was looking at my sales I made in New York, and I would see the tax amount there, depending on what the cost of the item was. You would see if it was $1.50 or whatever it was, 60 cents, $1, whatever it was, and I would highlight it and put all that stuff in New York. With the tax year, and I'd put it away, and then when tax time came, I'd go through one page by page and take that amount of money, and it often goes to the New York State Department of Taxation. Now I noticed, like I said again earlier, when I make sales, I don't see that there. I don't see the tax amount. So apparently I believe that the eBay is taking care of the sales tax. That's why you understand it. Okay, so again, I'm not going to expand too much on this here. You guys could check it out for yourself. I highly recommend you read it. If you got the time out of your busy day, take a little time and read it. Again, you could go to the eBay website, which is www.ebay.com, or you could just type in paying taxes on eBay purchases. The other thing here, this is from TurboTax, and this was updated for the tax year 2019. Okay. I just want to read a little more into this here, and then I just want to share a little quick thing with you with eBay, and then I'm going to close this video out. Let me give you the URL for this one here so you guys can read more into this here. It's www.turbotax.intuit.com. Okay, and like I said again, it was updated for tax year 2019. A tax filing fact sheet for eBay sellers, which all pertains to us. And they got also tools and tips over here, tax calculators, tax tips and videos, track my donations, TurboTax blog, product and pricing, and so on and so forth. And you could check out, and if you need help, you can get the help. I do not use TurboTax. I do my own. I'm using a different software package to do my taxes. But let's read the overview. It says you can find almost anything for sale on eBay, from a piece of fine art to clippings of Justin Bieber's hair. So it's no surprise that the IRS doesn't view all sellers alike in the online marketplace. You may not have to pay taxes at all if you are essentially hosting an online garage sale, but if you run your eBay account more like a business, you should be reporting your sales to the IRS. Then it goes on to say here in the bold letters, not all sales are subject to income tax. Again, I'm reading this off of this website. This is not me, so I don't want you to hold me accountable for this here. I'm just sharing information. It says not every eBay sale is subject to income tax, but most are. If you are using the site to get rid of household articles you've used in the past, you may qualify for occasional garage or yard sale treatment according to the IRS. If your online auction sales are the internet equivalent of an occasional garage or yard sale, you generally do not have to report income for those sales. I want to share one thing with you. This was a while back. I'm going to share this with you guys real quick. I remember, if my memory serves me correct here, I was listening to eBay Radio, and they had a tax attorney on there that came on there, and they were talking about just the opposite of this, saying if you had stuff, if you did make sales and stuff like that, you were supposed to. So I think in some cases maybe the tax laws have changed somewhat. I don't know. But again, if you're always in doubt, you could always check with your accountant, But I heard the difference here. But this seems to be updated. TurboTax is pretty, popular company. They deal with the tax. That's what they're all about. So if they're saying this here, I would take it that, for what it's worth, and it's pretty straightforward information. But then again, do your research, folks. I can't express that enough. Do your research. So anyway, reading a little more into this here, it says, assuming you originally bought the used items for more money than you are selling them for, Okay, it says then that you paid $500 for 2 years ago for $350 on eBay. Usually you don't have to notify the IRS, but you have to claim it as a loss on it. You can't. No, it says you can't. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. You can't claim a loss on it. Okay. Now here's another one. I'm just again the highlighted ones here. Hobby sales must be reported. Okay, if you and the IRS classify your eBay business as a hobby, you will have to report the income on a Form 1040 for the tax years prior to 2018. You report your expenses. You report your expenses and the itemized deductions on the Schedule A beginning in 2018. You are no longer eligible to take a deduction for hobby expenses. Since you cannot use hobby expenses to reduce your hobby income, you won't be able to use a loss for hobby sales to reduce other income. This can be important if you make money in other activities. And then it goes on to say here, however, if your eBay activities are considered a business, you can use a loss as a deduction to reduce the other business income, say from landscaping. Okay. Then it goes on to say here, a net loss of $5,000 from your eBay sales operation, a taxable income of $15,000 from your landscape business, $15,000 income minus $5,000 loss equals $10,000 business income, right? Well, that's what they got over here. All right, so and then it goes over here, distinguishing between a hobby and a business is not exact science. The IRS looks at many factors, including frequency of your eBay sales, how much you earn, how much time you spend working on the hobby. If you make, then here's where the thresholds come in. If you make more than $20,000 in gross sales and have 200 or more transactions on eBay, you should receive a 1099-K form reporting this income to the IRS. Okay, and then it goes on here to say using eBay to make a profit is a business. If you sell and buy articles on eBay in order to earn money, the IRS will likely classify your sales as activities and business as a business. This means you will have to report your net income from the eBay sales, report your total gross income on a Schedule C, then reduce it to net income by subtracting the amount you spent for allowable business-related expenses. For example, if your income is $45,000 and you have a business-related expenses that total $10,000, $45,000 minus the $10,000 equals $35,000, and $35,000 is your net income on your Schedule C form, right? And a little more into this business tax deduction for eBay sellers. The only tax deductions you can use to reduce your gross eBay sales income are those authorized by the IRS, but you will have quite a few to choose from. Consider whether you qualify for cost to purchase or fix the items, fix up the items sold, deductions of a business use of your vehicle, either actual expenses or the standard mileage rate, deduction of 58 cents a mile in 2019, advertising expenses, appropriation amount of phone and internet charges related to your eBay business. If you're still unsure if something is deductible, check with the more comprehensive list of common small business expenses. And then it goes on to say here, looking for more information, you could read Sales Tax 101 for online sellers and so on and so forth. Okay, and you get it says get more with these free tax calculators and money finding tools, and you can check it out over here. All right, they got a lot of information here. Again, if you are, like I said, an eBay seller, this may pertain to you, and you may want to read up on it. However, if you want to, I recommend you go to the website to check it out. I believe they do have their active hyperlinks, which they do. And like I said, if you look at it as a hobby, some people look at it, if you click that active hyperlink on, it will give you more information about that when the IRS classifies your business as a hobby. Again, it's been updated for the tax year 2019. Okay, and you could read more on that particular topic. And if we go back here, the other one is let me go over here, folks. I'm sorry, guys, for keeps bouncing around. Then it says distinguish the business between a hobby, and a business. And if you click that on, it will give you that more information about that topic. Okay. Well, it looks like it's the same thing though, right? Yeah, it looks like it's the same thing. All right. Well, again, you could read more into this here. Go to the website. I can't express enough. Go directly to the website here, which is the TurboTax website. And all the things in blue here, the blue lettering, are active hyperlinks, and you may want to go check it out for yourself, because you could read it off my YouTube video. You know, you could just pause it and read a little more into it, but I highly recommend. These are all active hyperlinks. So you could read it, but if you don't go to the website, you're not going to be able to see these active hyperlinks. So I definitely recommend you check it out. Okay, well, that concludes this reseller news for November 6, 2019. I hope the information was helpful. I hope you got a takeaway from it. And folks, again, I just want to, just recap again. When it comes to the taxes and stuff, this is just for informational purposes. I highly recommend, if you have a CPA or a tax accountant, whatever, talk to them if you have questions about certain topics in here on this, whatever, or that may pertain to you as an eBay seller and a buyer, because the buyers are also sellers. You may want to confer with them, because, like I said again, this particular video is for informational purposes only. Like I said again, I am not a tax accountant or any of that nature. I just like to share the information with you guys, and I do hope you get a takeaway from it, and it is helpful. All right, and if you find my videos helpful, please give them a thumbs up if you choose to do so. Also, if you do like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be updated as to when I post out new videos, please hit that bell notification icon, and you will be updated as to when I post new videos. My name is Rich Pasini. You're watching Reseller News for November 6, 2019. I hope, again, it helps. And again, I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I'm here to help out in any way I can. If you do have any other questions about any of the videos or any of the topics I discuss in any of my videos, including this one, please don't hesitate to drop a comment below. Keep it nice, and I will respond to you. But anyway, I just want to say thanks again. I'm wishing you guys all happy eBay sales. I don't know what else to say, but have a great day. Until next time, bye-bye for now.